Last time on Demon Rush, Rush was taken by the Black Hand to meet Nolan Bates, a billionaire who was inspecting this emerald tablet, which he's hoping his assistant Eska can decipher and give him insight on the ancient war between holy and evil. Karna recommended Rush to him. He gives Rush a briefcase with car keys, a phone, and a credit card, and asks him to go on a quest for the Grand Compendium. But as Rush is leaving and going to his new Rolls Royce, he's cornered by the Black Hand, who are pretty pissed off that he's getting the job and not them. But as they were getting ready to attack Rush, Karna appeared and was not happy. Sigrid used his scouter spell to check Karna's Imperium. Baron's like, no, don't do that. And he saw that Karna's Imperium level is like bottomless. This really pissed Karna off. And he's like, if you want to see my Imperium level, just ask. Gripping onto Sigrid's face and absorbing all of his flesh and blood and Imperium into himself. And so basically last chapter we learned two main things. Number one, Rush is going to go on a big quest, and number two, don't mess with Karna. So our chapter cover features Oz, and the title of this chapter is Swords and Spells. This will complete volume 4 of Demon Rush. So I gotta get to work. I'm going to be building the 4th book. You should see that on Amazon if you're watching this video within a week of it coming out. Also announcing Demon Rush Nationals for the trading card game 2025. This will be our second national tournament. 2 days in a row, 2 tournaments, June 7th and 8th at Tournament City Games in Frederick, Maryland. Same location as last time. Both days you can win a Blade of the Champion card, which sold for $1,200 last time. You'll get to meet me and get your pictures, as well as the rest of the Demon Rush crew. Find out more information on our website, demonrush.com. So Baron realized that they don't stand a chance against Karna. As much as they hate Rush, he's like this newbie who's getting all the credit and benefits, and they're the ones who put in all the hard work. So Baron is pissed, and he's like, I gotta go leave and get stronger. I can't let Karna run me like this. Like, I'm the boss. I don't like having Karna as the boss. Rush looking over at the pile of bones and clothes of Sigrid, who is just absorbed, and Rush is thinking, man, that scanning spell would have been like so good. I wish I would have got that. But like somehow Karna knows that Rush is thinking that, and he just gets right up in Rush's face saying, if you want to know someone's spell, you have to take it by killing them. And so this far in the story, Rush has not really killed any other humans. He kind of tried with the Black Hand, but he's never actually killed any other humans, and he is only 18 years old, so he's gonna have to make this like major leap eventually where he kind of abandons his innocence and becomes the warrior he's meant to become. And also it appears that Karna is kind of like challenging Rush here, like, oh, you want that spell? Come take it from me. Asserting his dominance, and Rush is smart. He's intelligent, he's a great analytical thinker. Obviously he's not gonna fall for that, but instead he has some questions. So he pretty intuitively understands immediately that Karna set this up so that Rush would attack the Black Hand. He knew that the Black Hand messed with Rush's father. He knew that the Black Hand were involved in his father's disappearance, and he purposefully set up their interaction to lay the ground rules for like what he's doing with Rush. He's manipulating Rush big time, trying to turn him into this super warrior. And Rush knows it. So he's like, if you wanted me to have that Imperium scanning spell, why did you take it? And Karna says it will be a distraction. And Rush is like, a distraction for what? That thing is useful. And Karna says, for your next trial. Now, we've only seen Rush go through one trial where he fought Jarkon, and it was very difficult. And Karna says that in this trial, your battle will be an enemy 10 times your strength. And this immediately triggers Rush to remember his battle with Jarkon because he almost lost his life, but he was able to kill this beast that was stronger than him and gain his power. Karna says, if you die, I'll just send Baron and his goons on the quest for the Grand Compendium. And Rush is like, well, my Imperium limit's only 12, theirs is combined 300. Like, how am I supposed to win there? What is the point of all this? Karna tells Rush, if you complete the second trial, you'll be strong enough to take revenge on them, and you'll need that power boost because if the Grand Compendium is real, you might encounter mighty beings on your journey. Rush is like, this is just too much. Like, why me? Like, I'm just a 18-year-old kid from high school. I was running through the city when this big giant attacked. Why me? Like, why all of this for me? And as Karner explains, you're not shackled by ideologies. You're full of fire energy and an ambition to win using any means necessary. Your creative instincts are formidable when threatened. A clean slate that I can mold, and a palpable vessel to become the perfect warrior. Rush is like, the perfect warrior for what? And Karner, all excited, laughing like a jester, the final war on God. So that was the whole point of capturing Michael. They're trying to destroy God for hell to take over Earth, and they want Rush to do it. Rush says this is a lot to take in, and I need some time to clear my head. I've been to hell and back. I almost got attacked multiple times. I've fought demons. Karner says you'll have 24 hours, and when I return, I'm going to take you to battle, meaning the second trial. Rush saying one more thing. How exactly did you know where I was when the Black Hand attacked? And that's when Karner, as he's disappearing down into the depths of hell, says, enough questions. So now we're gonna go back to Star City with Oz and Soren. And they're walking through the city. Soren says, I don't know this part of town. Where exactly are we headed? Oz says, to a dealer of unique artifacts. It may take you years to activate Eternus, so you'll need to start your sword play now. But as Soren is walking, he's looking around and he sees some strange things. One of these guys has a weird demonic looking face, and Soren kind of like freaks out. He's like, am I seeing things? Oz, do you see that? And Oz says, well, once you're in tune with Imperium, there is a lot that you'll start to see. They approach this wall with a strange marking on it, and Oz kind of waves his hand over it, saying the words Aperta. All of a sudden, the wall opens up, and there is a doorway with a stairwell leading down. Oz warns Soren, stay calm and don't touch anything. Let me do the talking. Now they enter a shop full of mysterious, unique, and antique demonic and holy items. But Oz seems familiar with this store, and he asks the shopkeep, I'm looking for a sword, preferably the paladin style. And we see the shopkeep, he is a demon, a very chunky looking one. He's got a picture of this attractive demon succubus chick and he's looking at a dirty mag or something. So Oz goes over to reach up for a sword. He's analyzing the weapons. He's like, no, these won't do. And Soren goes out to inspect some of these artifacts that he finds all over the store. But Oz told him, don't touch anything. And he bashes Soren over the head. Soren looking all goofy because he gets caught in the act. Oz asks this demon named Darrow, where are the rare Imperium armaments? And Darrow says, if you want to see those, you got to offer something better than that junk from last time. And this takes Soren aback because he's like, Oz is bartering with the demon? And Oz throws down these 3 coins, which are actually all from the Demon Rush trading card game, Ancient Coin, Golden Coin, and Forgotten Coin. And Darrow acknowledges that these are currency from the Magical Order of Babylon. He has a client who may be interested, but it's not enough for a superior rare armament. Oz pulls out a very strange looking potion from his cloak, and when he pulls this out, Darrow freaks out. He's like all excited. He's like, a love potion imbued with a black rose from Halfiti? So a love potion is also a Demon Rush trading card. And so he says, I can finally wound Helnith with this potion. Helnith also being a Demon Rush trading card. And with that, Darrow clicks a button under his desk, which reveals the superior rare armaments. And Oz is surprised. They're like glowing with energy. And he picks up this sword. It's from the Order of the Knights Templar. And you can see that it has these 3 runes engraved on it. Leve, as in lighter weight. Critica, as in critical damage against demons. And Obis, as in resistance to evil spells. So this sword, Oz takes the deal. This sword is for Soren, and it basically has 3 buffs imbued into it, so he automatically gets a power boost just from wielding it. As they're walking back to the Church of Dominus, Soren asks Oz how old the sword is, and Oz explains to him that after the War of the Flaming Crowns, many continued to practice Imperium, but eventually it dwindled. But several secret societies continued to practice in the event of Lucifer's return, one of which was the Order of the Knights Templar, and us, the Holy Knights. Soren asks, well, Knights Templar, Holy Knights, isn't that the same thing? And Oz is like, well, no, actually not exactly. The Knights Templar began as a purely holy institution, but during the Crusades, they encountered black magic and were fascinated by it. They adopted it, living in both worlds, but their inability to remain balanced ultimately destroyed them. The thing is, evil promises quick power. It's for those who lack patience and purpose. The Holy Knight way, which Soren and Oz are, is to increase your Imperium through training, meditation, and knowledge. With our spiritual science, you will become a powerful pillar of light that cannot be swayed. You will remain incorruptible, and God will favor you. So you can see that he's kind of giving this opposing viewpoint to whereas Karner has with Rush to become this perfect warrior, Oz wants to make Soren the perfect holy knight, beloved by God. And Soren's like, well, while we're talking about God, what does he think about you trading with demons? And Oz kind of just gives a sigh like, I got caught. But that's enough for now. Go home and we'll meet tomorrow for some sword training. Try not to mess around with that and lose a finger. So he sends Soren home, and as Soren's walking home, he passed this big field and he's like, man, I'm a teenager, I just got this amazing sword, I want to swing this thing around, but I should probably do it away from people, and there's a big field here, so this is a great opportunity. So he starts walking up the field, and he sees that there's a figure sitting on a rock. And as he gets closer, that figure looks at him, and it's none other than Rush Cohen, his best friend, who has been absorbed into the evil side, while Soren has been absorbed into the holy side of this war. So now two friends separated on Doomsday reconvene. One has been recruited to the holy side, one has been recruited to the evil side. Neither of them really has an option but to defend this side that they've been brought to, and now the best friends have to meet, and these conflicts are going to clash. What's going to happen in the next episode of Demon Rush? If you want to find out, subscribe to the Demon Rush YouTube channel and tell your friends to see more.